Hello and welcome back to the studio. I thought I could do a little walkthrough with the sounds on this Pixie Ninja intro that I worked on yesterday. And this is like sort of for the band, but I thought that it's a waste to do it in Swedish and my half-assed Norwegian. So if I do it in English, other people can see it as well, and hopefully just use it as some kind of template for I'm not doing that. Alright, so the intro that I was sent is like the backbone of it all is, I'm not going to give anything away, is a Wurlitzer. And then a Monotribe synth. And the Monotribe is kind of like the joker in the section. It moves around, it goes in and out of tempo, it just speeds up constantly. So it becomes like a Charles Ives element of it. It's like that weird clarinet that walks between the two marching bands. And then there's a little ambient guitar with like a memory man feedback trail. Sounds like this. And then there's a voice that I'm not going to play for you because it's a sample that's not really cleared, so we're not going to be doing that. We're not touching that. But I did a treatment, so it's kind of hidden in the final thing. Anyway, so we've got the Wurlitzer, Monotribe, ambient guitar thing, and then later on there's a little synth line as well. So what I felt was needed, what I wanted to do was to create a sort of sonic place where this music happens. Kind of set a stage. So the band has already done all the important stuff in the middle, the stuff that you actually watch and what you follow. But what I wanted to do was like to add some clouds and some other characters that would work and hopefully amplify what's going on in the middle, but just to give it a bit of depth and width and girth. Anyway, so the first thing that I started working on was the Monotribe. Because I felt that it needed some kind of, needed a bit of help, or I don't know, just to tie it in together, because I kind of like the Memory Man feedback thing. But I wanted a sound that could tie them together so that they would be like interacting. So what I did was that I pulled it out through the TC Electronics like Alter Ego big digital analog emulation delay pedal in through the modular system through the the Prophet 5 filter with an LFO sweeping it up and down, out through the spring reverb, back again, and in through this wonderful Dunlop tremolo, which also works as an auto panner. So this is what I got in the end is this. You can hear just the noise sweeping right now. Here we go. Add the Memory Man. Add the Monotribe. And what that means is that you're starting to work on the shadows and sort of the lighting of it. So it's like the this version of the Monotribe connects it to the memory man thing and also gives it that depth that I was talking about. So if we've got this, then I felt that we needed to bring in other more abstract noises to even further emphasize that weirdness and the weird place where this is taking place. So I used my blind record player, and this is they made it in the US, of course, during the 50s and 60s, I guess. And the idea is that you make these special records that are printed really, what do you call it, really condensed, so you can fit maybe 5 or 6 albums on one LP. And how do you do that? Well, you play the record player is like really, really, really slow. So this is one of the sounds that I used. And this is on 33. So I can edit this out later. I got church bells, woohoo! But if you pull them down to 16 instead, they can become a bit more scary. And if you take it down to 8, it's just this weird kind of, it's just the texture of the bells and not any kind of real sound. So I used these church bells and then a record of heart sounds that is, I think this record was mailed out to every like heart doctor in Sweden, and it's a commercial or an advertisement for heart medicine in the like 60s, 50s, 60s. And so what I do is that I use that one and then the bells here, and that's going through the delay and the auto panel. So this is what that sounds like. We start off with the heartbeats. Church bells. Haven't really started yet. Heartbeats. Monotribe. Memory man. And now we've got this entire background of these semi-random sounds that are moving, kind of foggy and distant and scary. So the next thing that I wanted to do was to add a sharper sound that would be a sound friend to the Monotribe. Because it's incredibly synthy and really clear. And what I did was that I used my Utopia synth from, what is it, King Capital Punishment. And it's just like a noise box that like everyone uses nowadays, and it just goes squiggly. And that, I can't remember what delay I used on it, but this is what it sounds like. And it's just like messing about, creating more chaos. And it's really quiet in the mix, but it's in there. And it's just moving around and wrestling with the Monotribe, just to like create a bit of noise and chaos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And all of this stuff is fairly low in the final mix, but it just gives it that kind of weight that I felt was needed, because I mean all the music is already there. That's not a problem. The music generally isn't a problem. The problem is that sometimes, and I'm not talking about Pixie Ninja, sometimes people are so focused about like playing your little part right, or like getting the squiddly like G sharp to B flat transition smooth, that they forget about all that other stuff. Like with where does it sit in the production? Where is this taking place? And that is the kind of stuff that I live and die for, because I think it's terribly important, and I think that it's what makes you go back to an album and listen to it more times, and because you can find stuff in the background. So maybe I've kind of like shown you some tricks or some ideas, and it will completely destroy the album for you, because now you know what's going on, or you'll get a deeper understanding of it and love it even more. That's what I'm hoping for. So I hope you have a good day. I'm sorry for the lengthy thing, but on the other hand, if you're watching this, it's because you wanted to watch it, right? So I hope you enjoyed it. Yes.